Plaintiff Jonathan Holmes says the defendant is his sister, and he claims she is extremely violent. Jonathan says the defendant is constantly fighting, and she even got kicked out of high school for it. He's suing her today for a loan. Defendant Lakeisha Ward says Jonathan is verbally abusive and disrespectful to women. Lakeisha claims after Jonathan cheated on his fiancée, he needed Lakeisha to get his engagement ring back from her. She's countersuing Jonathan for child care.
Start with you.
Your Honor, my sister Lakeisha, she acts like a young teenager. She's always fighting and has confrontation. One time we in the club, just chilling for her husband's birthday. And she sees a young lady just looking up that way. She approaches her, and next thing you know, we getting kicked out of the club because she wants to start a fight.
Because she was looking at her.
Because she was looking at her
Mean
husband.
mugging, is that what you call it?
Because the lady was looking at her, checking out her husband. She's very jealous.
Oh, checking out her man.
Right.
That's two different things.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she's very jealous. She used to...
What do you do when the man look at your woman in the club?
When the man look at my woman?
Yes, in the club.
I don't do anything. Okay. I appreciate that he's looking at something nice.
All right, what if he buy a drink? You appreciate that too?
No, I wouldn't appreciate that. That would be a problem.
What would you do?
I think we would have to take it outside the club.
All right, well, she does.
But the lady was just looking. It was like,
it wasn't nothing like she wait until they buy the drink. Just because you wait until they buy the drink, she's not gonna wait that long. But it's the same principle.
But she's known for fighting. She got kicked out of high school and
for
had
what?
to send her for fighting.
For what?
Fighting?
What type of fighting? Maybe she had a legitimate reason.
She just liked to fight.
Maybe somebody grabbed her, threw her in the corner, and wouldn't let her out the corner, and she had no way to retreat. That's when you have to fight. That's called self-defense.
You're right, but I highly doubt it was for self-defense.
People might always, because she looks so sweet and cute and innocent.
Please.
So she looks like a target of folks who want to take advantage of her innocence.
Please don't let her.
You're a pretty innocent lady, aren't you?
I am not a fighter, Your Honor.
Right, you're innocent. You're not a fighter, you're a lover.
Absolutely.
Please don't let her look confuse you.
All right, pardon me?
Absolutely.
I said, please don't let her look confuse you. She's
What
a
else
very
you wanna
mean
tell me?
young lady.
I am not mean.
She has a problem with road rage. She has a problem with one guy robbed her when she was coming home from work, snatched her earrings, and she chased the guy and beat him down bloody, and then comes home and tells the family. Like, who does that? That sounds crazy.
That may not have been wise.
It's not at all. You don't know what he could have had.
You can go and get your possessions back. It's not wise, but if a person is fleeing with your possessions, you have the legal right to chase them and get your possessions back.
I just don't understand what that has to do with anything.
You give me some background, ma'am.
Well, I just want to say that my brother is a cheater. He's a man whore. He's very disrespectful.
How do you know all this?
Because he's my brother. He's disrespectful to
women.
He cheated on a girl he was engaged to a few years ago, and he called me to come help him get the ring back from the girl because she didn't want to give the ring back. So I had to go over.
Called you as the enforcer.
Yes,
so you are violent.
Much,
you know what you're saying.
Violent.
Go ahead. What else?
Okay, I am not violent.
Go ahead.
He called me over to come and help get this ring back from the girl. So I go over to the girl's house. At that time, they lived in the same building, different apartments. So I went over there because he asked me to, and I tried to get the ring back from the girl. Next thing you know, her mother shows up. So we're out in the hallway arguing, and it escalated a little bit, but I eventually got the ring back from the girl. She gave the ring back, but he was the one who cheated. He's a cheater. That's one of the examples.
She's violent. She won't go over there and you got the whole neighborhood shook up. Go ahead.
Your Honor, I just want to let you know to his character, Your Honor, that when we were younger, he was very disrespectful to my mother. He's disrespectful to me as well. He calls me fat. He tells me I need to lose weight. He even, one time I went over his house, he gave me a bottle of, I think it was dietary pills. And I asked him, what did he give them to me for? He told me, because I need to lose weight. He wants me to walk. He wants to be with slim women, and I guess he feels like I should be slimmer. But I have 3 kids, Your Honor, so.
All right, well, you got him back when you bust him upside the head. So let's get to the loan.
Okay, I am suing my sister because my nephew got in some...
Her son?
Right, got in some legal problems. She called me to ask me to borrow money. I gave her the money. She said, I'll pay you back within 2 months.
How much?
$6,000.
How did she tell you she was going to be able to pay you back? Or how did you expect her to come up with $6,000 in 2 months?
She was working, her husband was working.
Okay.
So she asked me, and I'm telling her, you know, my baby shower is in June, so I'm definitely gonna need this money back. So she goes, okay, yeah. 2 months come, and I only receive $1,000 back. So after that time, you know, we had a hard time putting this baby shower that we wanted, extravagant baby shower that we wanted together, and it wasn't what we wanted. So, you know, after that, we're asking her, you know, when we gonna get this money back? Oh, you know, we're working on it, and nothing has come to as of yet. So I need your help to help me get this out of the way.
All right, let's get back to your ghetto fabulous ways. You're gonna spend your last on a baby shower. Well, extravagant baby shower. That baby won't even have college because that baby will have had a baby shower that they didn't know anything about. That baby would say, put my money away for college. Don't give me no big baby shower. I want to go to college. That baby shower is for you. You can feel good about yourself and brag to your neighbors and to your friends. But as for me, I want to go to college, but instead you want to pop it off on a baby shower.
But I'm trying to please my girlfriend. This is what she wanted, so you know you got to make them happy at that time.
You don't have any influence. You can't influence your girlfriend not to spend all the baby's
yes,
money.
I could, but I didn't want to hear her mouth
Your
and
Honor.
she's pregnant.
You don't want to hear her mouth. You want to hear. You don't
off.
mind hearing the baby's mouth when the baby say, "Daddy, why I can't go to college?" You don't mind hearing that? Okay, good
Your
enough.
Honor.
All right, let me hear
He
from
spends
you.
money on girls. He goes to strips clubs, and that's what he spends his money on. Cheated on a girl that he was engaged to a few years ago, and he called me to come help him get the ring back from the girl because she didn't want to give the ring back. So I had to go over.
Called you as the enforcer.
Yes, as
So you are
pretty
violent.
much.
You
I
know
am
what you're
not
saying.
violent.
Defendant Lakeisha Ward is being sued by her brother, who claims Lakeisha is so violent that she was kicked out of high school for fighting.
So what do you tell me about the loan?
I don't owe him anything.
Never borrowed anything?
I don't owe him anything. After I
That
paid
wasn't
him,
my question. Listen
after-
to me. If you can't hear me, I'll write it down. Did he loan? Did he loan?
I'm not trying to
Since
get
you don't
smart
act
with you,
like
I
you
just
know the
wanted-
question. Did he loan you money? All right, get that to her. You got a yes or no?
Yes, but I just wanted to say, Your Honor,
How much did you borrow?
I borrowed $6,000 from
How
him.
much did you repay?
$1,000.
All right, what do you want to tell me now?
I just want to let you know that I don't believe that I owe him anything because he told me that I didn't have to worry about repaying him because family
I
is
never
family.
told you that.
And if family is family, why am I
When
even
did he tell you
$6,000.
that?
I tell you, I don't have, you
when
don't
I
have to
gave
repay
him
me.
the first $1,000? That was about 2 months after.
Okay, you came and you said, here's your money. And he said, well, you don't have to pay me because of your family.
Yeah, he said I don't have to worry about it. He
All
said
right,
family
so
is family.
why
That's
did
a
he
lie.
keep the 1,000 then? That's odd.
Right.
If he said you don't have to pay me, yet he took the money when you tried to pay him.
He
That's
said I don't have
pretty
to pay him
odd.
the rest of it. So why am I here?
Okay, you have any evidence of that?
No.
All right, well, it's your burden to prove that because you have admitted to borrowing it. Why you keep looking like that?
Because I.
And she's a mean
Yeah,
young
I
lady.
see. You got a problem.
I ain't joking when I tell you this.
Yeah. Your counterclaim is for what, ma'am? It's child care.
$1,600, Your Honor. Because
All right.
I babysit his son.
And he agreed to pay you?
Not at all.
Did he agree to pay you?
He didn't agree to pay me.
All right,
but
your
I feel-
claim is dismissed. Yours is granted. Have a good day.
Oh, thank you. Shouldn't be up here lying. That's what I'm trying to tell you, you know? You don't listen.
Unbelievable.
Good for you. Now you owe me. Got to pay that money back now. Whatever.
I can't believe it. You know what? I'm not watching your child anymore because you're unbelievable.
Sorry, I guess
You're unbelievable.
I'll be
You
able to pay-
said that family is
child
family,
care
and I
now.
didn't have to give it to you.
I'll
You're
be able to pay for
crazy.
child care now.
You're crazy.
Plaintiff Sherry Rye dated the defendant, and she admits that they had many heated arguments. Sherry's suing her ex today because she claims he vandalized her car and owes her for a loan. Defendant Dale Britt says Sherry is a compulsive liar and a sex addict. Gail claims when they started dating, Sherry admitted that she was divorced from her second husband, but she hid the fact that she was still married to her third husband. Dale's countersuing Sherry for harassment.
Let's start with you.
Okay, we're here today for the property damage to my black Toyota Corolla, 4 tires being slashed, the tow it took, the 4 repaired tires, and the $1,502.26 that went on my credit card on February 22nd, 2016 for a loan that he lied to my face for the entire time about, saying that it was to go for car repairs, but later came out that the money was for a child that doesn't belong to him for Christmas gifts.
Sir?
I'm here because her allegations are completely false. She's just a crazy sex addict, compulsive liar. She told me in the very beginning of our relationship she was happily divorced from her second husband, which turns out to be true, but she didn't tell me she was still married to her third husband. And after I found that out is when I broke it off with her for the second and final time.
You're part of a harem. All right, and did you borrow money from her?
Yes, sir.
Have you repaid her?
Not the full amount.
So what do you believe you owe?
Nothing.
Okay, if you haven't paid the full amount, why don't you think you owe?
Because she herself has told me that she didn't want the rest of the loan back, that she just wanted the situation to be done with and for us to both go our separate ways. She's just a crazy sex addict, compulsive liar. She told me in the very beginning of our relationship she was happily divorced from her second husband, which turns out to be true, but she didn't tell me she was still married to her third husband.
Plaintiff Sherry Rye is suing her ex-boyfriend, who claims when they started dating, Sherry hid the fact that she was still married to her third husband.
Okay, ma'am. Did you forgive the loan?
Given your background.
No, this isn't about me. Don't talk about me. People get in trouble when they talk about me during the middle of a case.
No,
You
but
had a young man in here the other day saying, Judge, I was like you. I sold drugs when I was a thug. Well, I never sold drugs. Right. I was a thug, but that's one thing I didn't do. Yeah. So.
Well, I've been in some relationships, and they have been truly beyond up, like the given 4 months with him.
I know that ain't what you're about to talk about. You don't know nothing about my relationship. That's for sure. Other than I met my wife, she was a freshman in college. I was a junior. We then married 5 years later. And 35 years later, we have 4 children and we're still together. So that's all I can tell you. Now, whether I ever got put out overnight for looking at another woman in our younger days, she misinterpreted that. In our younger days, 20s. All right, so you tell me about your relationships, you were saying.
There have been many heated arguments and fights between him and I, and between me and his witness and his witness's trick of the week that he played between us. And I, one time, may have said, F you all together, F this situation, F the drama and the hell and the pain and the mess you caused me and the stuff that I now have to deal with to get my $1,500 back.
I'm allowing you to go ahead with your cursing and doing all that because you seem like a nut.
But,
and every time you use that language, knowing you're in the courtroom, you reinforce the fact that you sound like a nut. So go right ahead.
But at no point, Your Honor, would I ever say, forget $1,500.
Okay, sir, do you have any evidence that she did?
Yes, sir.
And property damage, what property did he damage, ma'am?
A black 2013 Toyota Corolla 4-door.
Okay, you say he cut the tires up?
He cut all 4 tires down to the rim.
Sir, did you do that?
No. I've not been over to her house since the last time.
Okay. You have any evidence, or what makes you believe that?
Him and I had a 2-hour conversation on Sunday in May, where he was telling me how lucky to no end I am because his witness and his witness's girl and other people didn't know where I lived and didn't know where I worked. And if they did all that they would do to my car, do to me, do to my house. And
He told you that?
he told me over the phone during that conversation.
Okay.
And then we had an additional 3 phone conversations between him and I over this period. And then we had, from February till now, Facebook messages.
Did you ever go to the police?
Yes, I
Did
did.
they investigate it?
It's still an open investigation.
Okay. Would you read that? You handed me some evidence that is, for me, too difficult to read. Not you, the gentleman here. Well, you can't read it either. You've gotten a couple of years older in 15 years. Don't act like your vision is any better than mine.
Your glasses back.
Go ahead. You can't read it either. Why you hand me something?
Not perfectly.
That writing is so little, you can't read that. What does it say?
It's Delaware done. Didn't want car title, not paid and headache now. I can be done with fully no regrets, but lost money and wasted time. Money you don't got and can't get. We both take a loss and move on.
Okay. And did you all ever discuss it again, ma'am?
Yes, and that's not the entire Facebook message at all.
Okay. What evidence do you have that you retracted that offer to forgive the debt?
I have my cell phone with me, and you can read the full Facebook message yourself between me and him.
And it says something that will indicate that you retracted that promise to forgive the debt? Last thing he said is that you said, you don't owe me. Do you have anything that came after that?
Before and after that. And it
After is all I need.
Yes.
Where you changed your mind. Do you have evidence of that?
Yes, on my cell phone.
All right. And sir, what is your counterclaim for? What harassment has she committed against you?
The harassment on just multiple Facebook messages,
How many?
text messages.
Approximately.
There's probably at least 100 here. If I had
Over the course of how long?
since March 25th.
How often?
Anywhere between 1 to like 8 a day.
Let's see it. For those number of months? Ma'am, have you found your...
Yes, what he was talking about.
Okay,
Yeah.
hold on.
She told me in the very beginning of our relationship she was happily divorced from her second husband, which turns out to be true, but she didn't tell me she was still married to her third husband. And after I found that out is when I broke it off with her for the second and final time.
You're part of a harem.
Plaintiff Sherry Rye is suing her ex-boyfriend, who claims when they started dating, Sherry hid the fact that she was still married to her third husband.
Suit yourself. I'll set a court date and see you before a judge, and I will send your A to jail. I'm going to pay the money I owe you back just like every other time I have. This is you saying you're going to pay her back as of March 25th. What do you have? He's already showing that he agreed to pay the debt. And the reason it's important to find out whether the conversation came up again is because unless it was completed, that was a promise to forgive the debt. And if there was no other discussion, then that promise would be completed. But sometimes people say, well, no, I changed my mind. I want my money. And if someone proves that has been said, that was a promise to forgive the debt. And a person has a right to change their mind up until it's complete. And I, based on the time frame, would determine whether the act was completed, the act of forgiving the debt. Person gets mad on the phone, forget it, don't pay me then. Next day, I want my money. I just thought about it. I want my money. But if 4 months, 6 months goes by, the person never says anything, they need some money all of a sudden. Hey, I know 6 months ago I told you didn't owe me, but I need it now. So you got, no, the forgiveness occurred 6 months earlier. Can't just come back 6 months after everything is cooled down and say I changed my mind about forgiving the debt. So what do you have? Read it.
Okay, his part, after the whole long paragraph goes on, it says, yes, we are done. I don't believe one thing that comes out of your mouth. I will contact you when I have the rest of your money
all right. Judgment
all together.
For the
I will talk to you more.
Judgment for the plaintiff. Your claim is dismissed, sir. I don't see any harassment other than her asking for her money back. You put your hand down. I don't want to hear from you. The case is over. Judgment for the plaintiff. Have a good day.
That's fine, Sherry, because you're going to see me in court again. You'll see me in court next. believe that.
And you'll fall flat on your face too. What
Flat
do
on
I care?
my face, really? Because I have every message you ever sent me.
So
this
do
is the
I.
first time laying eyes on you.
Look, you're an
and
addict.
You started
I don't
messaging. I'm
wanna
an
deal
addict.
with him.
Please prove me you're an addict. Please. I hold a job.
You
I
got
go to
fired
school.
from VTech because you couldn't pass a drug test, right?
Really? From pot, sweetheart.
That's a drug.
Pot. Ooh.
That's a drug. That's
Really?
illegal.
But
You're a
still
pillhead.
full-time
You're a
stu-
pothead.
I'm a pillhead.
You're an
please.
alcoholic.
I don't even take
you
ibuprofen,
smoke cigarettes like
sweetheart.
crazy.
What does cigarettes
Then-
have to do with being an addict, sweetheart? I've never laid eyes on you until this very moment, and you started messaging me and my wife and calling my child ugly, things of that matter. Oh, I thought your daughter would be cute, being as it's Mike's kid. Really? But you call my wife, who I've been with for 5 years, a trick.
Plaintiffs Abraham Zhang and Ruben Garcia met the defendant in college, and they were roommates. Ruben and Abraham claim they partied often with the defendant, but the defendant took it too far by bringing drugs into the home. They're suing him for unpaid rent. Defendant Mitch McNaughton insists the plaintiffs are the ones who used drugs while they lived together. Mitch claims the plaintiffs were constantly pressuring him to buy alcohol for them, even though they were underage, and he's countersuing them for attorney fees.
Start with you.
Your Honor, we met Mitch back in 2014. He lived with us. All four of us, we got to know each other pretty well throughout that year, 2014. But then eventually, party, as college students, we came and whatnot. We party at UW Madison. We went out together, but at some point, Mitch took it too far. Of course, he provided the alcohol, and at the time we were underage, but he took it too far by bringing drugs in to the apartment, such as Xanax, marijuana, and things like that.
He was on prescription drugs. He would abuse them, using them with alcohol and stuff.
You didn't, obviously.
No, we did not do that stuff. We drink alcohol, because we are
Okay,
college
that's incorrect.
students. Of course we would drink.
What part?
The part where they said they did not use drugs, that's a lie.
We would not use drugs. We drink, obviously we're college students, we're gonna drink, but I would not put drugs in
And
my
obviously,
body.
if college student, you're smoking weed. Who you think you're kidding?
Okay, I smoked, but I didn't take any drugs. Not prescription drugs and
Just
Xanax.
just say you didn't use hard drugs. Marijuana is a drug. Smoke a little weed or smoke a lot of weed. All you do is go to sleep.
Get the munchies.
Yeah, get the munchies.
Very true.
You're gonna probably start laughing a lot in the beginning, eating snacks, and then you fall asleep.
Plaintiffs Abraham Zhang and Ruben Garcia say the defendant was their roommate, and they claim he abused prescription pills and brought drugs into their home.
All right.
So as we were saying, we lived with Mitch. Some of the conditions that we lived with him weren't necessarily the cleanest, such as I shared a room with him. The first year we lived together, the bathrooms would be really dirty at times. There would be dishes all over the room. So some of the conditions, were just kind of hard, but as good friends, we decided to bear with them,
We also have a witness that if we could bring up.
All right.
Also
Come on
roommates
up,
with them.
sir. State your name.
So I am Benedict Richelieu. I was a fourth roommate in this case. He approached us and he said that his old roommates had ditched him. We took him in, and then we all got close. He's a nice guy, but the thing is he has problems with drugs. His cleanliness, it's off. He's honestly, you're a dirty person, man.
Okay.
You're dirty,
okay.
man.
You guys were the ones who trashed the house. You want to talk trash about me. You guys were the ones who trashed the house all the time. The dishes were from you guys. The partying was you guys.
Your Honor,
You provided the alcohol.
Your Honor,
Pressured me into providing the alcohol.
We pressured you.
Yes,
We're
you
6
did.
foot tall. How could I pressure you?
You don't think Ben can pressure me? You don't think he's intimidating?
We don't force you
What
to
does
do
that
it.
mean? How is he more intimidating than the other guy in the red shirt? How is he more intimidating than him?
He's a little bit bigger than that.
Are you? No, they look
I would
about
say
the
we're
same.
about the same size.
Yeah, they look about the
Okay.
same. I don't know where you're
Maybe
coming
not
from.
the
I
same
don't know where you're
muscular
coming from with that.
Exactly.
By the way, all y'all nasty. I don't know who you think you're kidding. How you gonna have 4 college buddies living together and you're gonna determine who's nastier than the other? Y'all can stop that right now. All right, now, you wanna give me some background, sir?
So yeah, we met when they said we did. They needed a roommate. Then we started living together again this year, and
That's the part I'm missing. Living again. So you all had a lease earlier?
Yes.
Yep.
did.
For 1
The
year.
lease
Fine.
ended?
Yes.
How long was the first lease?
A year.
It was a year.
And you knew all this?
We knew all this, but like we said before, we became
You
friends.
knew he was a dope fiend then?
Yes.
But we became friends and
Yes,
we
we
sympathized with
supported
him.
him.
We
You
had back-
sympathized with him.
Yes, he had,
So the second lease you got because you were what? Drug rehab houses? You were running drugs? What you talking about? You all are calling the young man a dope fiend.
honestly, we were friends. That was the bottom line. Like, for me, nobody's perfect, but we were friends, and if anything, it meant we didn't have to look for another person, because it's a hassle in itself.
You all running a rehab in there, weren't they? They told you they made you go to meetings?
Your Honor, they're making that kind of stuff up. I don't know what they're
Sir.
talking about.
Second agreement.
We signed a second agreement, and they partied all the time, every weekend. It was just ridiculous. I felt like I was the parent in the situation,
Your Honor, you
having to
partied
clean
with
up
us.
after them. No, I didn't. I had to clean up after them all the time, and it was just ridiculous. And as for them,
This is the second lease.
this is the second lease, yes.
So the first lease, they didn't party?
They did.
Yeah. Let's hear from you guys about the rent you're suing him for.
We are suing him for 4 months of unpaid rent.
What months and year? I haven't even gotten
It
a
would
year
be
from you guys.
February, March, April, and May. of
February through May of what year?
2016, sorry.
The law usually provides or requires you to mitigate your damages. 3 months is enough to get a new college roommate. All you all do is put it on the board at school if you're really going to class. Are they going to class?
On occasion.
Yeah. So did you all do that?
According to the lease, he's responsible for finding his own replacement.
Or
And-
make his best effort. And you all are to make best efforts as well to mitigate, reduce your damage that he would cause. You have to do your best, and he has to do his best to find a new roommate. Go ahead.
And as a result, he decided to go get the city inspector because the place was zoned for 3, and we had 4 people living in the building. So I was forced to leave the premises because I was the person who was not officially on the lease. He even told him that he planned, because he graduated that at the end of 2015. He told him that he planned on staying and working. And I guess
Okay, so that's what happened. He graduated and he left. There was no big mystery to this. All this, he left because we were partying too much. You trying to lie and say that's why you left is because they were partying too much. You were partying right there with them all along from day one.
Your Honor, could I...
You just left because you graduated, and that's a good thing.
Could I get a word in edgewise?
Yes. There you go. Talk slick to me.
I left before the end of the semester because they were playing such loud music I couldn't concentrate on my studies. So
What
I left a
month,
month
sir?
and a half
What month?
before.
All right.
It would have been November.
And you knew you
I
were
graduated
graduating,
in
didn't you?
December.
You knew you were graduating,
That's correct,
didn't you?
yes.
When the college roommates are making too much noise, particularly if they only have one semester, no, 1 month. You know what they do? They go to the library, which doesn't close until midnight. Now let's move on. How many months are you all suing for?
4 months.
4 months, and the reasonable amount of time. What's your defense to that, sir?
My defense to that is that they refused to let me get a subletter. I offered to find them one, and they said that they would not accept that.
Is that true?
In this lease, 3 of us signed it. We're the primary holders of it. We do not have to, have him signed to a sublease.
So you're essentially agreeing, sir, that he had someone for you.
Plaintiffs Abraham Zhang and Ruben Garcia say the defendant was their roommate, and they claim he abused prescription pills and brought drugs into their home.
Now, what are you countersuing for?
I'm suing for my attorney fees.
What attorney fees? You don't have a
I
lawyer.
had an attorney preparing for the case in Madison before we had it switched to be heard in front of you.
For $1,100.
That's correct, sir.
What did he have to prepare? Because you see how
We
quick
met
I
with him
did
several
that?
times. We went over the court case. He explained some of the laws to me.
You need to go get some of your money back. Small claims by definition, sir, we don't consider attorney fees. I'm going to have to deny your claim, dismissing both claims. You all had no real defense to him saying he had someone for you. Have a good day. Both your claims are dismissed.